What's up, everybody? Welcome, Friday, friends of Friday. How is everybody? Astrobate, good to see you. The quote bot is in. We've got a challenge here from Ripun Bansal. The time control for the Blitz challenges is 5+3 casual. Some of us forgot. Someone forgot to challenge me to 5-0. I'm already slow enough. And streaming while I talk and play is difficult. Because I'm somewhat handicapped. So, especially in the morning. My IQ drops about 100 points in the AM. Don't challenge me to 5+0, Sumahair. 5+3. Alright, Ripun is first. Got another challenge. Gotta be difficult. He's gotta be difficult with a 5+4. Just to be weird. Sneak in an extra second. Alright, we're taking challenges here. Where is the Ripun? Ripunj. Is that J pronounced? I mean, I keep like saying things. I've been saying this all along like it's Hungarian or something. Do you pronounce the J? Like Punjab, right? Ripunj. I just like make it silent, you know, it just occurred to me. The Punjab. So the J should be pronounced, right? I would guess. Ripunj. It's just so hard for me to say that. We don't pronounce J's here in Eastern Europe. Alright. Knight F3. Your game was not analyzed. Oh no. How could that be? I guess yeah, the J is to be pronounced. Alright, Ripunj. I've been saying it wrong all the time. Well, we could just shorten it, but your game, oh no. I'll put you on the list for next week. You may not have made it in time. We were full yesterday. Alright. There goes my time. No, next week's Ripun will be first. Yeah, but the problem is your chat ban creates issues. And I don't notice it a lot. Try not to get chat banned. Alright, so what are we going to do here? Think. You're now unbanned? Still, I don't get a notice when you send chats. Or when you send me a message. Try to send me a message. Let's see if the alert pops up. Maybe they didn't set it all back. I have to find an excuse. Alright, I've got challenge to play like Kasparov. Mihir. Mihir corrected his challenge, and Sumahair. Thank you guys for correcting. Correctating. Grand Prix attack. No, what am I talking about? Whatever it is. King's Indian attack. Symmetrical English. Boring. I accept challenges regardless of ratings. That's not an issue. I don't discriminate against lower rated players. Is your chat visible? Yes, it came through. Alright, good. Good, as Astrobate would say. Yeah, the only requirements I have are the games are casual and you have 100 rated games, or approximately thereby. You have approximately 100 games, so in other words, you're not just creating the account today, and you're challenging me to casual 5+3. I don't want to play someone who just created their account and has like 10 games, and I don't want to play rated. I don't want to play cheaters. What's up, Astrobate? You're kind of sleeping there. Ripun has slowed down. He used to play too fast. Now he's overcompensating. Slow down to sloth speed. Learn to use your increment. It's probably good practice to play like, you know, 1-3 or 0-3. Possible disconnection here. Where is he? Where is he? He's like answering the door. Astrobate is here. I've got challenges from Play Like Kasparov, Mihir, and Sumaher. You are thinking. All right, good. Good, good. Bishop f5. You know, this was played against me by a Serbian grandmaster some 10 years ago. And I thought, oh, that's a stupid move. My computer, standalone computer, used to do that back in the 80s. But it turns out that Bishop f5 is actually an interesting idea. I can never remember his name. Nijak, I have this mental block about remembering people's names. It's an older guy. He's around 60. If that helps us at all. I mean, I'm practically talking about myself. An older guy around 60. I'm getting up there, man. Jeez, I need a new perception. Damn, yeah, I can never remember his name. I have this huge mental block against him for some reason. Not a player you hear about every day. He's kind of plays a lot of blitz. He used to play on the Internet Chess Club. I played him first there. Yeah, I mean, there's so many strong players from Serbia. It's ridiculous to even try to guess who I'm talking about. We've had this discussion before, but like Serbia is like one of the like strongest chess countries in the world in terms of like sheer numbers of strong players. Or players, like, you know, FIDE rated players. No Ripun. Kind of quiet way to play. There's a lot of ways to play after Bishop f5. I also got nothing when I was white. Against this FM Donkazi Andrash a couple years ago. I can't say I really know how white's supposed to get an advantage. I don't think e4 is great. But it's playable. Yeah, I failed to get anything when I faced it, and as I said, it was played against me. Yeah, so Bishop f5 is interesting. We've had some games with people. Rapid, I had a game I won 2 years ago against the 2200. I've had tons of blitz games. It's sad that Ivkov died. Yeah, I mean, another player that I never met. Of course, he was a legendary grandmaster. But that's a I don't understand something, Bijak. I mean, isn't Ivkov like Borislav Ivkov? I mean, isn't that a Bulgarian name? I guess Serbia borders Bulgaria on the eastern border, so you have like cross Serbian Bulgarian sort of mixed culture. But that is a Bulgarian name, right? I never really thought about it. Was he like straight up Bulgarian? Wonder if h5 is good. Kind of weakening. Wait, that's like bishop g5. I'm not in love with that, but h5. You don't think so? I mean, that's not a Serbian name. Ivkov. I mean, it's totally... It sounds like Bulgarian or Russian. Yeah, he just passed away. He was like 89. I'm friends with Suat Adalik on Facebook, and he was very sad that Ivkov died. Older generation of players must have known him, but of course I'm only middle-aged. Adalik's been playing a lot in Serbia. He's living in Serbia. I don't really know enough about, you know, the origin of Serbian and Bulgarian names. Ivkov was quite famous, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was like a top player in the 60s and 70s. Not top, but, you know, very credible grandmaster. He was probably in some very famous tournaments. I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe he played in Zurich or something, right? Did he play in the famous tournament in Zurich? I think that's why I'm so impressed by his name. Believe so. Oh man. Zurich 1956 or whatever. Tournament book by Bronstein. Should I go for F5 here? Kind of makes sense positionally. It's a political statement, my friends. Political statement. Clearly, I don't actually live in Ukraine, but I am aligning myself with their cause. No, Hungary shares a border with Ukraine, by the way. So he was born in Belgrade. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's a Bulgarian name, but yeah. I wasn't sure. You know, it was possible he was Bulgarian and moved to Serbia. I didn't know a lot about Ivkov. You know, he's not like a household name, of course. Yeah, a lot of players passed away lately. Rook D2. So Ripon really doing well. He's taking his time better. Thank you for listening to me. Most people do not do that. He's taken it to heart a little bit. So there's like no open files here, making this kind of a tricky position. Oh man. Yeah, that's annoying. The B7 pawn dropping in a lot of lines, hoovering the board now. Well, no, I mean, he was a legendary player, sort of, but I'm just trying to think what makes Ivkov memorable. Feels like he wasn't he in Zurich 1956? Maybe not. Maybe I'm confusing him. I'm confusing him with Kotov. Yeah, I mean, that's bad. I just get any Bulgarian names confused. So, no, he couldn't have played in Zurich 1956. That's too old. I don't know. He was just a strong grandmaster. Alright, let's go with this. He was in 59. Born in 59. Yeah, I'm crazy. Alright, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Playing in Zurich. I got Ivkov confused with Kotov. He took that way. That away. Wow. Ivkov and Kotov are different people. Clearly. Damn, dude. Oh, he was born in 33. Okay, so that would be possible to play. He would be very young in 56, 23. That's about the same as Korchnoi. Korchnoi was born in 31. Interestingly. Same generation. Wow, this is a close game. It's a draw, I guess. Theoretically. What a game by Ripun. Great defense. From a slightly worse position. He's literally a human, like... He's a human vacuum cleaner. Pawn smile. Oh no. Are you serious? That's it? It's a tough rook ending where you have a slight pawn weakness. Wow, what a first game. That's my first game. Blunder. Lost. Wow, you lost here. Wow. He's actually lost. Straight up lost. Nah, my rook's too strong. So this is apparently like you're holding here, d4. You have to find like some kind of way to generate counterplay. This against my pawn on d6. So as it stands now, like you have a worse pawn structure. Wow, tough game. I'm thinking of let me just like look that up right now. Zurich 1956. 53, I'm sorry. Yeah. Zurich 1953. Ipkov would have been 20, right? So I'm thinking of Kotov. Kotov finished 8th, yeah. Kotov, Ivkov. It's easy to get them mixed up. But Kotov was actually Bulgarian, I believe. Alright. There goes my historical knowledge. I don't know why Ivkov, you know, he played Fischer. I mean, he's from that generation. The Korchnoi, Fischer. He played during a legendary time. Why is my computer so slow? Jesus, what are we doing here? Because the stockfish is turned on? Alright, turn that off. We've got challenges. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know Ivkov, like, famous chess achievements offhand. Never met him. He made it to 89, that's pretty good. Play like Kasparov. Kasparov I know. A little more well known. Alright, thank you for the 40 move rook ending. Mexikoi Utsa. I don't know, my Twitch is like insanely slow to load. Does everyone else have that? I mean, is it just me that Twitch is really slow to load? All the time? No, Kotov is famous because he was an author. He wrote books like Think Like a Grandmaster. Gligorich, very famous, of course. One of the most famous, you know, Yugoslav grandmasters of all time, if not the most famous. Yeah, you can't confuse Gligorich. So I assume like Ivkov was probably like Serbian champion, or well, Yugoslav champion. Okay. What am I doing here? Knight c3. Dude, what am I doing here? Knight c3. e6. e6 allows e4. So I have to play this. This is like how I lost to Victor Erdos with black once in Rapid. Oh, I remember that. Victor the Terrible. Another Victor. Right. I think knight f3 is a move there. Looking at this the other day. Wow. Ivkov was both... You're talking about Ivkov. He was both junior and world senior champion. Well, that's something I'll never achieve. But I could get world senior champion. We're going for world senior. Maybe next year. Maybe this year. Wouldn't that be amazing? Sladgy. 50 plus world senior champion. Guys would be proud of me. I could be like the first player ever to become like 50 plus world senior champion when I'm not 50. We're going for a record, maybe the Guinness Book of World Records. Has anyone ever done that before? Has anyone ever won like the 65 plus senior championship while they were 64, for example? Be interesting. Interesting statistic. Because if you have your birthday before the end of the year, you're eligible for the World Senior Championship. In this case, like the World Senior Championship is in November, and my birthday's in December. So that would be pretty funny. I think there would be protests. You're not allowed to be World Senior Champion if you're under 50. Well, Repunt, I don't really consider winning like a drawn rook ending to be crushing someone. I think we have to like change our vocabulary there slightly. Right, like there is a difference between crushing someone and winning a drawn rook ending, right? Those are two totally different things. I think it's really hard to face Hikaru in fast time controls. Hikaru or Magnus or these younger guys. He's a little younger than Aronian. It's partly psychological. I think once Aronian like doesn't win in the classical part, you're like psychologically defeated. Well, he's certainly compared with Magnus in Blitz and Rapid. I'm talking about Blitz and Rapid, you know. Basically, like, Aronian was, like, demoralized once he had to reach, like, Rapid. I mean... But that was a tragedy. I mean, he lost a simple rook ending. And he's a good endgame player. I don't understand. It's just, like, psychological. Maybe he was just tired. The other thing that people don't take into consideration, when you have like a knockout tournament like that, the stamina factor is huge, you know. The fact that Hikaru's younger, the younger players have a built-in advantage. And the better conditioned players. Like you're just getting more and more tired. I know from experience, when you play a tournament, without a lot of rest days, you're just like more and more tired every round, you know? So by the end, I mean, the quality goes down. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody's tired. I think Aronian, you know, wanted to win in classical. He had a huge advantage in one game. He should have had a good chance to beat him in the classical part. So, no, I'm not shocked. I mean, I think it's a close match, and on another day, maybe if they were more fresh, Aronian might be a little bit of a favorite in the classical, but in Blitz and Rapid, it's swinging the other way. I mean, the minute they went to Rapid chess, Hikaru becomes the favorite. But I mean, the thing is, like, the majority of games, like, of top players in classical chess tend to be drawn. So that's like Magnus's whole match strategy against Caruana. Just draw every game and then beat him in the Rapid. That's all Aronian had to do. I mean, all Hikaru had to do. Same thing. It's not a big deal. It's not like he won the world championship or something. Still a great result for Aronian. to make it to the final. And by the way, you know, don't forget that this is a Grand Prix. There are 3 tournaments. A lot of people don't understand how that tournament is working. It's cumulative results of 2 out of 3 tournaments. So, like, nobody's qualified for anything yet. You literally can play in 2 out of 3, and then your added score. So Hikaru, you know, didn't win anything. Actually, he's got to win another tournament or do really well in another leg of the Grand Prix. One tournament isn't enough. Although I think it should be more than 3 tournaments, honestly. That's not really enough. Good old world chess, which I love and respect so much. Now what do we do? Knight h5 is an interesting move here, but it doesn't seem right. Don't know what to do. Where's our chat? Everyone just stop chatting. You're 49. God, it's ridiculous. 39. 39. No one believes me anymore. Chinese visa. Has it been confirmed, like, why Ding couldn't play? The Germans refuse his visa or something? Who knows? You know, there's a lot of technicality that goes into these kind of things. Could be something individual, you know. But I mean, Ding hasn't really, you know, done anything because of the pandemic. Since then, he's been like irrelevant. The other thing is, like, the Chinese players are really restricted by their government or whatever. I mean, there's no way they're gonna be strong, you know, without the ability to travel freely and play in a lot of tournaments. It's like living on a desert island. I guess COVID, you know, also, like, travel restrictions. Didn't really plan on this. Him taking on c6 was unexpected. Castle now, right? Bishop g5, I love that move. It's so perverse. Check. He saw that. Wait, I could play queen a3 there. Nah, that's not so great. Queen e2 is interesting. f6. Is my knight trapped yet? f5. Knight e7. Does anybody know what's going on around here? It's crazy. man. He had bishop b1 there. That's just hanging. It's probably better just ignore it. Oh man. I mean, white was another incredibly long game, even though not in terms of moves, but time. Erdos played h4 against me. This is like, I thought, the main line. Black has to play... How did this go? Am I right in thinking this was our game? Somehow I played knight g8 against Victor. How does that make sense? No, I'm thinking of a different line, I guess. Oh, right. I'm thinking of a different line. h4. Victor played h4 against me. Yeah. Not e4, but h4. Another Victor. Yeah, not Orban. Alright. Not Korchnoi. Anyway. Interesting game. Looks like I played alright. We've had really long games. Me here. Always end up with time trouble. Well, I mean, it is a fast time control. I think Blitz... I don't know, man. I mean, I think you should expect to get to that point in 5+3. You should practice playing like 1-3 or 0-3. Just get used to playing with a 3-second increment. I can't play with 1-second increments, but now I'm used to playing with 3-second increments. There's not really an opportunity to go into the tank. I can always tank, man. Right. Well, I mean, I tank 1 whole minute, like, sometimes. You can do, like, 1 long think, Arsenal. What you do is, like, you do 1, like, really long think in the first, like, 20 moves. Get yourself, like, 2 minutes behind on the clock. That's pretty much my standard approach. It is. There is time for one tanking. Okay, this guy's not here. He left the building. Or aborting the game. Sumaher. Are you good at studies? You mean like actual analytical studies? Like chess studies? Problematic studies? Like, not really. I average. I never spent a lot of time. My friend Alexander Ivanov claimed that was really, really influential for him. He did like millions of Kasparian studies and stuff. That's a lot of work. It's really good for your game. But I was always too lazy. Yeah. True, like, chess studies are they require a lot of analytical work. That's very good for you. It's probably like one of the best things you can do. Ivanov did a lot of endgame studies. Troitsky, Kasparian, these composed endgame studies. Arsenal fan, how did your game go? Maybe I should exchange now. The problem is, okay, if he takes the c pawn, it's kind of a boring structure. Elf on the shelf. He won. Astrobate would play knight h4 here. Pretending it's like an e4, e5 opening. I've literally never done that. It never occurred to me in a Queen's Gambit. See, here I'm not tanking. I'm just like using time and he's not. You went well, thanks. You played a novelty versus Dimzo Larson. One material, defended a sacrifice, smooth sailing. Half an hour, one move. Uh-huh. Well, you had a nice... That's that nice time control you were talking about. Dude, I miss the old days. Of the 90s. Early 90s. I miss having like 40 moves in 2 hours. 40 in 2, 20 in 1, sudden death in 1. That's an 8-hour time control. I told everybody, I mean, I may be wrong, but I think my longest game was against Walter Brown. But I found it a while back, and it wasn't as long as I thought. It was long in time, but actually only like 80 moves or something. I think it's in the database. It felt like it was like 120 moves, but the game must have lasted like close to... It must have lasted close to 8 hours. Because Brown uses tons of time. He used tons of time. And I was taking my time because I was in a difficult position. That's the closest I ever came to an 8-hour game. I miss that. Dude, we played literally 2 rounds a day of those time controls. I can't believe it. The last time you played 60 minutes plus 30 seconds. Then that's a fast time control, Dr. Tripp. What I would consider to be a fast time control. Harry Nelson Pillsbury. Maybe one of the strongest players ever from Massachusetts. Yeah, starting, no, not at 8 a.m. 9, probably. Maybe like the last days were sometimes 9. You'd never have a game start earlier than 9. But I think 10 was the starting time, typically. So 10, allowing for 8 hours. Yeah, it would be like 10 and 6. The rounds would be a 10 and 6. And so the second game, I mean, I had games go until like 2 in the morning. Does that make sense? Yeah. I remember driving home at like, at the time I played Walter Brown, I was probably commuting to the tournament from New Jersey to Pennsylvania. I think I had this game where I played 2 games in one day. Okay, Brown was in the morning. But anyway, like that day, for example, I had like 10 until 2 against Walter Brown. No, it would have been 10 until 4. What am I saying? 10 until 6. 10 until 6, one game, you know, and then 6 until 1 a.m. or 6 until 12:30 with no time to eat in between. That was inhuman. But still, I look back upon it like with a very positive remembrance. So 11, like I basically, like my max was 11 hours of tournament play in one day. But when you're like 20 years old or whatever I was, like it's not that bad. It still felt bad. I remember driving home after like playing for 11 hours straight in the middle of, you know, an early night and 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever, just being like totally... I think if I had been like 40, I would have passed out. It's lucky that I was 20 when I did that. Better to stay at the tournament venue than try to like commute to tournaments with two games in one day. I told the story how Alexander Ivanov got hit by a tractor trailer when he was driving one morning. No, I'm playing okay. Nothing would make him drop out of the tournament. Iron Man chess tournaments. I want to get mated on E1 later. Alright. This should be a winning position, but not so easy. E6 is begging to be played. Oh, not so easy. Or maybe it is easy. Wow. Alright. The obvious move sometimes is good. You know, going back a couple moves, I don't know here. This is a really interesting decision. Should I take with the F pawn or take with the D pawn? I guess opening that file makes sense, right? That would be more natural. Yeah. So he does have a problem. The problem is his rook is hanging on c8. I've got 8 challenges from Pulse King. By the way, guys, if you don't have an established account with 100 games or so, I'm not going to accept the challenge. Everybody looks good. Uh-oh, there's one. Rue. Rue's good. Arsenal fan. Who's that? Cockatoo, Akshak, and JS from Singapore. Okay, everyone is qualified to play. Yeah, it was hard to decide what to do there. You looked at Queen D5, right. He has Rook F8, then E6, but it's not as good now. I wanted to get mated on E1 by the Black Queen. I think I found a variation where you can do that at the end. You're winning except for getting mated with Queen E1 on the last move. Why no Queen F5? Because it drops D4 with check. So now it's like check there. Alright, good. Good try. I assume I'm winning. Never assume nothing. Oh man, you had King F7 there, but it's probably not enough. So check. I wanna see what happens if I drop my pawn there. Check. Queen D7. Probably it's best to just play Rook E1 now. Is there anything better? I looked at Queen E6 check. Queen E6 check, Queen D4 check, King H1. Sorry, Queen E6 check, King H8. Queen F7. Oh. Queen D4 check, King H1, I'm winning. Nice. Queen E6 check, King H8. Queen F7 doesn't work because of Queen E7. Damn it. No, that's not good. You got a blockade here with Queen D6. Your only chance. So now I'm really winning. Because of queen f8. No, can you defend with queen d6 is the question. Here. You can't take on b2. Uh-huh. See? The engine has it at 0.8. That means that black is holding on. Wow. It's actually a good blockade. Unbelievable. I have 2 connected passed pawns and I'm not winning. You wanted me to convert to a rook? I only do that against people that are like trolls. Convert to a rook. I just said that. I can't believe I just called it converting. Conversion therapy is illegal. I called promotion conversion. It's really funny. You were defending, unbelievable. 2 connected passers and I'm not winning. That's crazy. Alright, Pole's king. So I must have played something inaccurate. Please don't play bishop c4. Please don't do that. Anything but that. Thank you. Thank you for playing something interesting. He'll play it on the next move. I bet he plays bishop c4 now. Oh, okay, cool. It's just thank you for playing the scotch. Play the Roy Lopez, play the scotch. Please don't play like the Joko piano. God, it's boring. And if you do play the Joko piano, at least play an interesting kind of sharper line, not some knight c3, d3, a3, h3. That's like horrifying. The Evans is fine, you know. Play the Evans. Man, but the stupid boring Joko, that's the worst. Here's an interesting move. g3. Ah. What would Morphy do? So knight f6, bishop g2, bishop a6, e5, queen e7. I'm wondering if I can do that if he tries to fianchetto. Clearly this is not dangerous for black. Black has at least equality. But the question is, can I like punish white? Bishop g5 looks very sus. b2 has no protection. The dark squares are weak. Yeah, I mean, it's no way I can condone that move. You can't trade your dark square bishop here. That's illegal. 2 queen h4? You mean 3 queen h4? 4 queen h4. Probably you're talking about 4 queen h4. The dubious Steinitz variation. I changed my flag to Ukraine in support of their sovereignty. I'm now in Budapest, Ukraine. Bishop d2. Bishop d2. Good choice. Not give up your bishop. Very good choice. Yeah, maybe we can try like yeah, the queen h4, I would never play that. It's a good way to like lose the initiative. White sacks a pawn on e4 and has a very strong attack. You don't want to play queen h4 in the scotch. So here's the plan. People love British tourists world round. You're almost as hated as Americans. Everyone hates Americans. I try to pretend I'm Canadian. That was what I did when I first moved to like Hungary. People would ask me where I was from. I remember. You just pretend you're Canadian. They can't really tell the difference. You know? No European can tell the difference between a Canadian and American. Do I have knight d5? Self-deprecating humor. Exactly. I have that too. I'm not afraid to make fun of myself. No, I'm serious. Like when George Bush was president? The second? And I moved to Hungary? And everyone hated America because of like the weapons of mass destruction and everything. I just said, look, I'm Canadian. No, I mean, this is a very good position. Never play g3 in Scotch. Actually, it's a main line in the normal Scotch, right? In the standard, like, knight f6 variation. But white got in trouble early. No, I find this g6 to be very, you know, against a really, really strong player, they'll know exactly how to play this. But in general, no. Oof. Falkbeer was c6 against the King's Gambit. g6 against the Scotch. I mean, I'm used to playing the Accelerated Dragon and the King's Indian, so, you know, I got this from Steinitz, so it's not a bad source. It's funny that Steinitz played Queen h4 and g6. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what. White's just in bad shape here. What do you want him to play? Objectively, he should, like, castle and just, like, lose his... He should just lose his e4 pawn. Is he hanging on here? King f2 only? Or rook g1, rook g2? This is bad. Manual castling, king f2. Sloth. Dumids jumped in front of the line. How did you do that? Oh no, he played that. Alright. How did Dumids jump in front of the line? He must have been in the line already. Dumid spoke to Inferno. Mr. Slowhand. But remember, guys, I'm taking challenges in order since it's Friday. I do want to thank Mr. Slowhand for donating a gift sub yesterday, Move 11. We didn't have a lot of donations lately, so I do appreciate those of you who continuously continue to support the stream in some way. Mr. Slow, probably, you know, #1 supporter of the stream. Alright. Asterbait, when he's not broke. Thanks to all of you. Hasta luego. Antonio. Guys, please support the stream. If you can, donate a gift sub. In my over-the-board game on Wednesday, the 1900 said Jadub. Of course. But he should do it on his time. That's the only thing. Jadub is French. It's formerly the international language. But people should not Jadub or adjust pieces like on your time. You know, that's one thing you've gotta be strict about. People will do it, and I guess it's okay if it's like really like the piece is like way off the center of the square or something outrageous. But in general, like, you shouldn't touch the pieces on your opponent's time. Jadub on your time. But of course it's allowed. But if they do it on your time, they're breaking your concentration. You know, I mean, that's not really correct. Some people would do it as a sort of trick. I mean, well, not often, but I guess theoretically it happens. Wow, bishop c5, Dumit's 1200. The 1200s around here are getting tougher. I like Jadobi. My friend Adrian Casillas used to say, he was Mexican, he would say Jadobi Hacienda, like Adobe. Could report. Wait, what? Adobe House. You're sacrificing that pawn, wow. Just use 8 seconds for the whole game. Time management pro. Black has what? Bishop g4? Dude, what is with you? Do mids. You're 1,000 in bullet, 1,200, 1,400 rapid. But why are you playing against an IM using 8 seconds for the whole game? We get this all the time. People are crazy with the bullet play. No relation to... He has kind of compensation here too. This is a little bit scary. No relation to GM Orist. It's not his fault. Good chance he's a kid. Or an adult with ADD. First of all, he's too good for 1200. We've had this expression before. Very common. My bishop on c6 is kind of out of play. I don't like it. I could sack a pawn back with e5. Huh. How about knight a4? Oh my god. h6? Damn, knight a4 was like genius. I almost didn't find it. Good chance he's a kid. You know, there were like 12-year-old grandmasters. My bishop is on the verge of being trapped there. Yikes. But I mean, how can this player, you know, be 1,000 in bullet and play a competent game without losing any material for 13 moves in 8 seconds? That's kind of unbelievable. I mean, you would easily be 1,200 if you just moved that fast, I would think, without dropping pieces. Okay, h6 is a horrible move. But he still has yet to lose material. He also found bishop a6. That's a strong move. Yeah. I don't know, man. He's a little too good for 1,200, 1,000 bullet already. Yes, he's made terrible mistakes. But more like 1,700. He might be able to win this pawn on e4, actually. So many suspiciously rated players around here. Look at that move. Super sus. Alright. Now we're better. Very reasonable game for someone rated 1,200. Given the speed and the rating. I think some people are like 3 different people. Some accounts are probably like 3 or more people on the same account. One day they're like 1,200, the next day they're like 1,600, and the day after that they're like 1,900. It's probably like 3 people in the same house using the same account or something. I have this friend. He can never remember his password. He keeps like, oh, I can't remember my password. Yeah, alright, take the pawn. Can't log in to his account anymore. I'm like, dude, you can't reset it or something? But if you're like 1,000 and you play this fast, you need to rethink like your strategy. You're putting too much emphasis on moving fast. Material correlation, rook and bishop is better. Interesting. From material correlation. What did I call promotion again? Conversion. It's like football. 2-point conversion. When I get the pawn to the other side. American football. What do you call it when you have like tandems of pieces, right? I never heard anyone refer to it as material correlation. Do you think the e4, I don't know, the siesta? I saw someone play that some IM in the Budapest Spring Festival 3 years ago. I think it was still being played, Arsenal. I think that's the siesta, no? No, that's siesta's, sorry, that's different. That's in the Steinitz. Yeah. I'm thinking of the Steinitz line. I don't know what you're talking about. Bishop c5, c3, f5. What is that called? Like, something that starts with a C? Cordell? Is that the Cordell variation? I think. Yeah, well done. Yeah, I was getting confused with the Steinitz line. I have no idea. Man, he's still hanging tough for 1,000 bullet player. He shedded 2 pawns so far. Shed or shedded? Shedding pawns. Ooh, another one. It's kind of greedy. I'm not going to take another one. There's another gambit called the Cozio. No, that is that like 97 or something? Yeah, that's not a gambit. That's a 97 Lopez. Spanish. 97. Yeah, so Cordell. I don't know who Cordell was. It's a good question. Now black's got an attack against my king side with like knight f4, rook g6. Showing good coordination of the pieces. He's a fighter. He's a hugger. Here comes bishop a6. Come on. He sacked it anyway. Dumas is like positionally genius, but he needs some brushing up on his tactics. Which is unusual. If we suspect he's like a 10-year-old kid, usually like 10-year-old kids are horrible at positional play and better at tactics. So there goes that theory. But I guess if you have a coach who specializes in something, you know, they specialize in strategy, you're going to play like that. So I think he's an 11-year-old kid with a coach who has taught him to play more positionally rather than tactically. But he plays only bullet chess. Alright, Boco do Inferno. Speaking of bullet chess, another bullet fan. All you guys should just quit playing bullet. Did the IM who played in Budapest win with it? Arsenal, I told you I made a mistake. I was thinking of the siesta variation. It wasn't literally that line you were talking about. I got them confused. I don't remember. I think it was a draw. I know the siesta variation picked up some popularity for a while again. Bullet ruins my longer games, of course. There's no reason to play bullet. Recommend taking some kind of medicine that tones down your adrenaline or something. You can be a sloth like me. Learn to be a better sloth. Anyway, that's why I made the stream title No Brain, No Pain. In remembrance of people who play without a brain. Oh, we had this? Oh, what is G3? What to think about G3? Interesting. So there's two approaches. I could play it like a Slav. Oh, he's gonna do that for me. Ugh. Very safe. Wow. Now what do I do? I feel like it's the Caro Khan. I mean, G3 is weird, but I guess it's not that bad. Oh, this makes my head hurt. Oh, God. Oh, God, I don't know what to do. Never seen anyone play that before. Wow. G3. It's basically like a Schlechter Slav reversed. Interesting. Oh, man. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't add time. I don't like it when people add time. Alright. Don't add time to my games. That makes the games too long. You know, now you're talking like 10, like 15-minute games or something. I don't like it when people add time. Like some kind of, they're giving me time mods or something. What is that? Like, seriously? Don't do that. I just don't want to play anymore when people add time. Like, I don't need your handicap. Like, seriously. How could you do that against a higher rated player? Like, add time to my clock? Are you serious? That's insulting. It's insulting, you know. You're like trolling me or something. Like I can give you time odds and beat you or something. Okay. It's a personal protest. I will not play against people who give me more time. Interesting. Semi Tarash. Semi. I hated that position anyway. Like I hated it. It's gross. G3. I was looking for an excuse to resign. I'm getting a headache from that position. I was already getting a headache when he played G3. It's such a disgusting position. My head hurts. I need an aspirin or something. Alright, we've got challenges from Kakatiri, Harshish Akshak, JS29, and JN like seemed to drop down in the list. Rubinstein line. No, Bishop B5 is the only try. We gotta play it like a Nimzo in reverse. Saw a recent game in this. Yeah, I started to play a little slow, thinking too much. Just should react. Your club has an aspirin and a sugar cube before a classical game. Oh, the candidate master. I thought like the whole club was like handing out aspirins or something. Hope you're not a hemophiliac or something. Yeah. Pre-game ritual. Yeah, there's these people. It's big in Hungary to eat these like sugar cube like candies or something. I've never seen that in the West, but it's very common here. Like, what am I, a horse or something? Man, I can't remember what White's supposed to do here. This doesn't seem right. I don't know what to do. Pretend you're playing the Nimzo. Take unprovoked? It seems lame. Seems lame. Rubinstein had tons of games on both sides of the semi-Tarash. Man, Arsenal is so dynamic. I told you guys that like my second board on our last match, he had a liter and a half of like cola next to the board, sitting at the table. Like, first of all, I don't like putting drinks like next to the board because it's like it obstructs your. It's like distracting. If you have a drink, you should probably like put it down on the floor or something, or far away from the board, at least like a foot away from the board. But when people have like giant liter bottles or 2-liter bottles of Pepsi, like sitting right next to the board, like in your line of vision almost, I mean that's like distracting. I don't like that. But anyway, speaking of like rituals and like eating stuff at the board, they always hand out chocolates. Chocolates is very common. I would think like eating some chocolate during the game is probably not a bad idea. I'll typically have coffee, maybe one coffee during the game. Coffee's good. Going for a walk, you know, getting the blood flowing before games is a famous practice of like Bronstein, of Botvinnik. Going for a walk before the games, maybe eating coffee and chocolate. I don't know. Though a nutritionist would probably disagree. It's just like short-term energy, and you'll burn out later. Energy drinks. What about bishop? What if we go for it? We call your bluff. Bishop e2, knight e4, rook c1. Queen f6. You're not going to do that. So we'll call his bluff here. Arsenal fan. Jesus Christ, dude. Can you be more aggressive? His problem is that he's not aggressive enough. I was expecting he came at me with the knight e4 other angle. Damn, there it is. Wow. The guy clearly lacks confidence. So queen d4, what's up with that? Queen d4 is c5, and you're screwed, right? So I have to play this. Yeah, I like how Arsenal fan. Are you like bipolar or something? You're either like extremely depressed or like ultra aggressive. He must be bipolar. That's my clinical diagnosis. Wonder if you could actually treat people based on evaluating their chess games. I think I can tell a massive amount of people. I was talking about this, a massive amount about people based on their chess game, about them. Of course, it's taken like years, and I'm not always right, but years of practice. Arsenal has bipolar chess disorder. But I mean, okay, what did he have there? It feels like black should have something better. I mean, it's hard for me to get out of this pin here. I don't think knight c5 was right. Luke, I am your father. A3? Damn, dude. Oh, dropped a pawn. An aspirin and sugar cube is pretty safe. Seriously. Cockteary. You might want to try some garlic too, to ward off the vampires. It feels like he should have had something better. Is this a good move? Just eating a lot of onions or something is probably a strong deterrent. My pre-game ritual is to eat large amounts of like green onions or scallions before the game. Damn it. Damn it. Dude, that sucks. This sucks. Come on with cheapo. Come on, cheapo. Bring it. Now what do I do? Bishop d4, knight d4. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy now. Down. Down, Ubu. Damn, he's fast and good. That sucks. There's the cheapo we've been waiting for. Oh, man. No way. Whew, I'm coming close to trapping my own rook. Whoa, what happened here? He's so good. Can I sack the exchange at some point? Damn. He's insanely fast and insanely strong. He's like 3 times as fast as me. How is that possible? You're 3 times as fast as me and you're 1800 in bullet? This is the stuff I just don't understand. I guess it's just a draw. I offer a draw. He declines. Respectfully declined. Whoa. No. Now I play for a win. Ooh, I'm a pawn. Now you're winning. It's over now. I dropped a pawn. I can't offer a draw. My draw offers are restricted. It's a draw. Now it's a draw. Now it's a draw. Now it's a draw. Look at this. Oh. He's making progress. Look at this guy. He's crazy aggressive. How is he so good and so fast? Bishop d5. Speaking of adrenaline. Can't believe you played that. Are you trying to win or what? Why don't you play h4? Now I'm allowed to offer a draw again. Mikel Arteta. And now we're having fun. It's a threefold, haha. Threefold repetition. How is he so freaking fast, man? Blitz rating 10,000 games. Bullet rating 8,000 games. Rapid rating 9,000 games. Why is your bullet rating so low? Do you just like play Berserk a lot and you're super fast? Alright, Harshi Diva. How can you be awful? You're super fast. I don't understand. Well, I mean, okay, don't play 1-0, you know? If you played like 1-2 or 1-1, you'd be brutal. No, play increment bullet. I mean, you'd have... Why am I encouraging people to play bullet? I don't know. Because his rating is embarrassing. His rating is embarrassing. I can't play e5 here. Too much likelihood my opponent will play e4, e5, bishop c4 or something. No. I should play the Pirts. I haven't been playing Pirts in a long time. Nice game. There's no way you should be 2300 rapid and 1800 in bullet. And be fast. I'm struggling to not lose on time against you. I mean, that's just ridiculous. We're hurting Jim's feelings. My favorite subject. I know it's like a broken record. Bishop d3 is an unusual move. I mean, you got nothing on that diagonal. Another 1200 who's insanely fast. No, just stop playing so fast. You're 1200. If you're 1200 and you're playing this fast, you're doing something wrong. You need to take your time, slow down, and try to think about your moves more deeply. That's why the title of my stream is No Brain, No Pain. There's no excuse for like playing the first 9 moves in 7 seconds and being 1200. Seriously. Yeah, smoke more dope or something. That can't hurt. It definitely can't hurt at this point. As long as you're of legal age and it's legal wherever you are. That's what they need, these bullet addicts. They need more doping. Need more doping. But at least you have the capability of sometimes using your time arsenal. That's a good sign, you know. And playing tournament chess has helped you. I know you've only been playing actively over the board for a few years now. I've been doing it for 30 plus years, you know, so I have experience. See? You just dropped your c4 pawn. You don't get more points when you have more time at the end of the game in a lost position. Everybody needs to stop focusing on speed. How do you want to do this? My knight on b2 looks kind of lost. But on the other hand, I don't really love taking his bad bishop. Knight a5 is out of the question. So d5 just drops the pawn back. I guess we're gonna have to. He has a weakness here, and I'm just up a pawn. Or he or she, I don't know if it's he or she, but their pronoun. But you know why I harp on the time so much? Because it's the main issue, you know? It's the #1 reason why everyone sucks. Because they're just playing too fast, and it's the easiest thing to correct, you know? It's not like you misunderstand chess. You just need to stop playing so fast and take your time. It's simple, you know? You literally can fix your game by just taking more time. It's not like you're, you know, hopelessly going to be 1200 for the rest of your life. It's like the easiest thing in the world to correct. Just stop playing so fast. superficial. We have enough time for the rest of the challenges I see here. JS, we lost Mr. Slow. Where'd you go? Mr. Oh no. Mr. Oh no. You dropped your rook on A1. Normally I would be reticent about giving up my kingside fianchetto bishop, but I mean this is a straight up exchange. That's delicious. Can I have another? No. Oh man. No, no, no. Yeah, I mean his knight was heading for f4 where it's not that bad technically. This is not really the best moment for it. Just don't calculate, right? No brain. He took the stream title literally. I'm not trying to pick on him. I'm just trying to emphasize this constant problem with people. Why can't anyone take their time? The addiction of playing 1-0 and they can't control themselves. It's like a drug problem. You know, you literally are addicted to opioids. Tough love, exactly. That's a good stream title. We'll have to employ that later. I want to play an illegal move. Bishop d4 check. Yeah, that's a great stream title idea. Slaggy and tough love instruction. He's going to threaten mate in 1, but there is no mate in 1. That's the only problem. Well, you can have my pawn. Not a big deal. We're up a rook and a bishop. But I predict he has more time than me at the end of the game. The tough love shack. See? I was right. Anybody want to bet? Do I have less time? I have less time. Arsenal, the only draw today. But my brain fog is flaring up. The coffee wore off. So that's the thing, Kakatiri. If you do drink coffee, I don't know if you drink coffee at your age, but I didn't start till I was like 17. The coffee wears off in about an hour. So you got to win quickly. If we use the coffee approach. Walter Brown was like brutal, man. I swear to God, he must have drank like 6 coffees. I mean, I don't know if that contributed to his death, but I imagine it doesn't help. He would drink like 5 or 6 coffees during one game. He was literally shaking. But the most intense player I ever played, easily. Yeah, Diet Pepsi, basically the same thing. I guess as drinking a coffee. Maybe coffee has higher caffeine content, I don't know. Little caffeine's good. But you don't want to have like 5. At that point, like, you're actually probably detracting from your performance. You had a beer before the game. Well, a beer might help too. Yeah, if you're nervous, one alcoholic beverage, I think is a performance enhancer. If you have a more nervous disposition, one glass of wine or beer or something, probably very good for you. Not good for your overall health, but I think for some people, it stopped you from shaking and vomiting. Self-deprecating humor. The withdrawal pangs. I don't do diet cola personally, but I don't drink a lot of cola. I'll occasionally have one in lieu of coffee. But man, if I have more than like 2 cups of coffee, I'll have like a freaking panic attack or something. I'm pretty sensitive to stimulants. Once I literally had a panic attack during a game in the New York Open. I couldn't sit down. It was horrible. I literally lost the game from a good position. Didn't eat enough, had too much coffee, was just like generally anxious. That was terrible. I don't know about knight to c6 here. Maybe that's a mistake, really. Yeah. I should just play d6. I mean, this is a known position. This isn't right. I think redundant. Knight on c6. I don't think this is a great move for me. And I've seen people do it. I'm also skeptical of a3. White's playing kind of passively in this line. Yeah, superfluous. A3 hurts him because he can't play c3 now because of the knight b3 fork. So instead of like a3, maybe rook b1 or something. Well, he can take on d4 now. But it's not great. Man, I hate the closed Sicilian. Oh, I did lose one game. I resigned. The g3 Trompowski. Because the player was like giving me extra time. So I have 1 loss and 1 draw today. Arsenal, tough game though. The semi-Tarash. My impression was that you were better, then you were worse, then it was equal, then it was equal, then you were a tiny bit better, but it was a draw. I think I made a very bad mistake in the opening against you in that semi-Tarash. Something I didn't do right. Yeah. Oh, here is inaccurate, of course. What's the problem? This is normal, right? But a3 is just a bad move. I guess he was afraid of knight b4. There's nothing to fear there. He could play knight d1 directly, right? You just play knight d1 directly. The d1 knight protects b2. There's nothing to worry about. You don't want to weaken the b3 square here. This is bad. Why are these pawns moving forward? Oh, he just dropped a rook. That's the theme of this last couple games, dude. Disappointing. Trapping my bishop, okay. Feisty. Never play queen a5. Okay, this is over. Next. Dropping the rook variation. Knight d4 was interesting, Prem. Yeah, I considered that. I can give back, give back a piece, give back the knight, rather than the bishop. Knight d4 takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, and I'm technically winning. Yeah, I think that's a totally valid approach. In fact, I might still do that in some situations. But I mean, I guess here he's got a problem. Queen takes a3. I don't like to be materialistic, but if I can be up a clear piece, I'm going to do it. Not a good close Sicilian. Monster Chula gotta re-challenge me to casual, please. Chula pop Chula. Is anyone streaming that I can raid? None of my buddies ever stream. None of our friends ever stream. None of our friends start streaming before. Oh, Seyfru's streaming on chess.com. I hate chess.com, but my Frushi is actually my teammate now. We're on the same team in the Hungarian Team Championship. All right. Fedamaster was on. Challenges. We got 3. We had 4. We have 3 now. Kakatiri, where are you? You dropped. There you are. You keep falling down the ladder somehow. Oh, Jim. Jim 1 and Jim 2. Despite my hatred for chess.com, I could raid Brugina's stream. Just support my teammate. Alright. She won 2 games for our team. Alright, we've got Queen e7. Oh, this is the same as last time. You played the same move? Was it the same guy? Knight f3. I played it against Jim. I played e4 last time, but I made a mistake later. Let's do it again. This was right. I looked at this. Last time I did take and I played d5, and it's a bad move. It's destructive. So knight d4, bishop d4. I played d5 pretty quickly and realized as soon as I played it that it's a mistake. A very minor inaccuracy, almost indetectable. But when I looked at this position later on the opening explorer, it looks, and with engine, it looks really clearly like inaccurate. There's no reason for black to play d5. So knight d4, chop, chop, and I just play bishop e7. This is funny. It's kind of subtle, but this d5 was a big mistake. I should just play this. And then black's like equal. It's funny how bad d5 is, and he played it perfectly. I think it was this player. That's suspicious. 1900 rapid, 1100 bullet. Nothing to see here, folks. Absolutely standard. He has a touchpad. No, he's typing in his moves. I love the green screen in the early 90s, entering my moves by type. That leads to time pressure. Still typing in my moves. Can I do that? F2. Oops. That didn't work. Alright, so much for that theory. So options include castles. Castles. Pawn takes e4, knight takes e4. It's like a reverse Alyakhin. Alyakhin. Now d5. I still don't like it. I can take. I'm also not in love with that. Yeah. Man, he's like a pro. He's 1500, 1900 class, so it averages out. Pro B3 player. Now I have to do something. Theoretically, you could play C5. I'm not in love with that move. I mean, scary. Scary is a minor exaggeration. How scary can it be? No, D5 is like equal. We are equal. We're equal. Congratulations. Wait, I had someone requesting to join our team. You're welcome. Greetings, everyone. We're streaming for another 40 minutes. If I get a chance, I'll raid another streamer. Whoever's available among my friends. So don't go anywhere at 1:30 when I take the stream down. Perfect play by white. Yes. Bishop G4 is interesting. Now we'll see how strong he really is. 1100. He's seriously 1100 in bullet. I don't understand these bullet ratings. I gotta stop thinking about it. I mean, dude, I'm like 2400 in bullet on my other account, and I'm like slow. I'm like literally a tree sloth, and I'm 2400. But I don't play non-increment bullet. But 2+1, I'm 2400. Okay, there's like lots of candidate masters who are 2900 in bullet, so 2400 sucks. But still, Jim and I have our theories. Right, Jim? You think you see a really strong move. F3. It gains a tempo. Obviously. Ben Feingold solidly recommends F3. Yeah, I saw this guy yesterday, and I am from Spain. Like a young I am from Spain. He's like 2400 FIDE, but in bullet he's like 3000. I mean, dude, it's like, they're just masters of like clicking. Their real strength is 2400, but they're like pre-move click and bullet strategy masters. It's another thing, it's not chess. We talked about this. So yeah, he played F3. I don't like F3. I think the move is Queen C1. Like, you have no other choice here, right? You play Queen C1, Queen B2, it's a Queen's Indian. Interesting arsenal. I didn't consider Queen B1, but that's kind of creative. It also keeps B2 free. Yeah, Queen B1's interesting. You could be right. I mean, even Queen E1, but Queen E1 like gets on the E file. So I think it's really a question. I mean, obviously, like Bishop E2 is drawish. But I don't love F3. So what happens on Bishop H5, G4? That's got to be terrible for white, right? Well, I mean, he could do it, right? Bishop H5, G4, Bishop G6, and now, you know, just chill. My alternative to go back, Bishop E6 or something. I mean, clearly G4 is playable. There are risks involved. I think Jababa plays it like automatically here. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, it's not the only move. You're obviously weakening your king side, but one has to do something. I don't like f3 in general. As long as my bishop doesn't get trapped. So he did the Arsenal fan move now. Oh no, that was my suggestion. Right, right. Right, right. Alright, now it's time for c5 at some point, clearly. And now he's clogged. Time for Drano. c4. Of course. Freedom. I mean, I can do bishop g6, it's very solid. But white is probably close to equal here. I wanted to play c4 sacking a pawn, but I wasn't confident calculation-wise. So it looks like white is okay. Yeah, c4c. This player, it's not bad. Not 1100 again. You're not 1100. Absolutely not. Sus ratings. Queen c1, c4. Welcome WJ Loof. He's only 1,000 rating points lower than me. Yeah, I think his rapid rating looks more realistic. No brain, no pain, exactly. That's my favorite. It's kind of like House of Pain. Boom. Does this even work? Blunder. It's a blunder. Blundiferous. No, maybe not. I don't know. Rook takes e3. I'm going to have to sack the exchange. Oh, man. Takes, there, takes. Phew. I think he should have taken on d5. I could have been in trouble. I could have been a contender. So a good player who's just slow? Is that what we're looking at here? Unheard of. I never heard of anyone on this site who's slow. Damn, dude. Seriously. 1100 in bullet? I mean, what are we talking about here? Wow. This isn't too sus or anything. What just happened? Wow, he's totally sus. 1500? Playing like a master now? Finally. The old back ranker. Look at this guy. Are you kidding me? You know how sus your ratings are? What are you trying to do? Now he doesn't lose on time. He's extremely strong in quickness. 1100 in bullet. Look, he never loses on time. What kind of a joke is this? How could this guy be 1100 in bullet? And that's just crazy. Dude, so suspicious. I missed rook a3. Dude, how sus is your rating? Because he hang pieces. Where? Where did he hang pieces? This guy's ratings are so suspicious. Wow. I mean, that was a really tough game. He's like a 1500 who plays 1900 level. Like, far from a perfect game by both sides. But in toughness, like, he's not 1500. Whatever. Alright, we lost Kakatiri again. Hi from France. Osaki Masudo. What? The challenge is here on your stream. Yeah. The alt, right? Okay, dude. Bye. Kakatiri. Oh no. What is that? Don't be idle, mate, in the lichess tab. No, sorry. We don't take alt-right challenges. Knight g4. Good luck with the QAnon. D takes e5. Oh man, alright. What if I played like g3? What would that be? Why is g3 bad? Bishop c5, right? Yeah. Can't do it. No, I mean e3 is a good move. Yeah, I should play a little faster. Jim's extremely fast. I was just trying to think like if I could play g3. I'm trying to invent new things against the Budapest. Jim has secret training sessions with Morales. And they compare notes on the Budapest. They've changed it to the Mediterranean defense. Georgios. Actually, what is Jim in Greek? James. What is James in Greek? I have no clue. What is James in Hungarian? Now it's not coming to me. B3. The Fajarowitz. You know, I don't know, man. How do you classify refuted? Like, how do you quantify stuff as refuted? What does that mean exactly? Is there like a mathematical number? Like it has to be plus 1.9, or what does it mean that an opening is refuted? Forced win of exchange, really? Interesting. I guess it's all relative. A5 on the board. I'm just pretending it's like the closed Sicilian or something. H4. The lobster. We go lobster style. I just want to circumvent G6. It's the... Oh no, bishop E7. Fine with me, dude. Think I'm gonna play G3 or something? William is Guillermos in Greek. They have a William in Greek. Guess that makes sense. Okay, H6. I like this. I'm gonna have to try this against Morales. Now where? Knight H3? It's like a Caro Kann. E3 and F4, boom. Playable, I guess. Oh no. Bishop H7. What I want to do is like jam a knight in on D5 and maybe like take his Archbishop out at some point. Even though it's a bad bishop, it's still a bishop. WJ Loof, welcome. The alright guy said he's not alright. It's just lost in translation. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that. If people's like names have alt-right in them, I'm gonna assume they're a troll. That's tricky. He's actually anti-alt-right, but you know, you gotta make a judgment on the fly. I wouldn't put that in my screen name. Yeah, I just gotta go with the odds on that kind of thing. The odds are you're getting a troll. So he jumps into b4. How does that work, Master? I mean, I have rook c1, you're gonna go bishop g5 or something? I was afraid this would happen. Yeah. Yeah, he's anti, I guess. If you're anti, you're really anti. But you're actually like promoting the thing by putting it in your name in a way. He probably gets a lot of love letters from from far right supporters. That's like the extreme right political side. Bishop f6, how does this work? What are you doing? What am I missing here? I thought he was going to go bishop g5. There's a lot of hate out there in the political spectrum. Naturally. I wonder why. All right, we get knight on d5. He's got another guy coming. You're coming back to d3 again? Again? That's getting kind of annoying now. Damn, dude. Can you stop trying to do that? Because that's really, really getting on my nerves. Wow. Making my head hurt again. What am I gonna do? Jim with total control of d3. What an amazing coordination here. And I'm in time pressure now. What was the plan? Somehow in my mind I thought I could control the d3 square by rook h4. That's kind of original. I can try to block it with like e4. Now what do I do? If knight d5, knight d3 check, he's taking stuff with check. If e4, I was thinking about e4. What? You did what? He took with the pawn. No way, I'm gonna lose on time. He could also try to... No, I'm hallucinating. Yeah. No, I don't like his position here. He's up a pawn, but... Actually, I have f4 at some point. Prem's favorite move. Helicopter. His position looks shaky, you know, bad pawn structure. White has the two bishops. He does have the good knight. Now I'll try like c6 or something. Nope, he's gonna castle queenside. Nope. Castle queenside. Go. Nothing bad could possibly happen there. Go, go. I have f4 at some point, but we're waiting for the right moment for that. Ooh. Almost lost on time. What? Committed Hiri-Kiri in a slightly worse position. Bishop c2, double question mark. Well, I actually played a good game. He was slightly better after knight f4. What? Here? What's he supposed to play? Bishop g5? Or something? What else? That's bad. So what is he supposed to play? Knight b4? Immediately? Rook c1. It's similar to the game, but he doesn't waste time on bishop h7. So he should have done that without playing bishop h7, apparently. That's an interesting game, Jim. Is my challenge here? Yes. Yeah, interesting game. I like the way I played that, though. So I delayed. This time I delayed. I played e3 and knight h3 right away, but this time I delayed it with knight c3. I'm going to try that against Morales next time. First play knight c3, kind of limit black's options. I don't really play the Dutch. I mean, I play it once in a while in Blitz, but I don't know it very well. Although I've played against the Dutch a lot all my life. I have a good score with white. ChessBase claimed it was like my best opening or something, like statistically. Although that was years ago. This reminds me of it reminds me of the like I'm playing the Albin, except he hasn't played c5. Yeah, I don't have too many Dutch subscribers. Pretty funny, man. All my subscribers are Hungary. That's the next stupidest thing you can come up with. We're getting Hungary and Ukraine. Yeah, well, Dutch probably takes a lifetime to learn. And a moment to mess it up. Yeah, I mean, Ginger GM's been playing it for like 25 years. Probably have to take a lot of losses to play that opening well, you know, but it's worth it if you stick it out. I just think there's a really tough learning curve for playing the Dutch. It's kind of like the French Winnower or something. Incredibly difficult to learn, but maybe worthwhile once you put in the effort. Definitely not an opening you could like start playing tomorrow and have incredible results with. You may have some good results, but I would think you'd have a lot of bad losses too. A friend of mine called it the most aggressive opening against e4. I think they're right. I mean, barring like the England gambit, or maybe c5, but f5 is better than c5. All right, pseudo Albin reversed. Bishop check looks stupid, but it might not be. It just looks stupid. Maybe it's not so stupid. So knight b8 is like the newer way to play this for black. It's supposed to be an improvement over knight e5, which in my life I only ever had one game in. The computer likes knight b8 better. I mentioned this on the stream before. Basically the idea is that white's center can be undermined. Mr. Koff, what's up? Coming to you from Budapest, Ukraine. Mr. Coffee, are you still the Sandwich Islands? Change my flag. South Sandwich Islands? Are you gonna like... Are you gonna help out with the Shackleton rescue? Trying to find his ship or whatever? Antarctic exploration with Mr. Coffee. Oh no, you're in the Isle of Man, okay. Well, that's actually pretty civilized. Are we winning by force here? Wish I was. I don't see it. I don't see how winning by force. A horse is a horse. But winning by force? How could we possibly be winning by force here? I was just gonna play like structurally and take. May I develop, please? You undeveloped. You played knight c6 and brought it back. I don't know. I suspect your fifth move may not be optimal. You could play c6 instead of e6, but it's not a magic bullet. But I'm sure you'll correct it. You thought bishop takes b8. Alright, well, my thinking was like bishop takes b8. He can take on b5. And it made my head hurt. So I stopped there. You can't play bishop takes b8 with brain fog. I try to keep it simple. The plan was to just get a better pawn structure, if possible. I don't have a lot of big ideas here. You know, if he tries to play f5 or something, he would have kind of a crappy structure with a lot of weaknesses. This is actually starting to look pretty good. Now he has to go back. Yep. Yep. Now Arsenal's variation. Still not convincing. So, what can I do? What would you do for a Klondike bar? I don't know. Doesn't look clear. White should be well on his way to victory at this point. Bishop takes b8, rook takes b8. No, bishop takes b8, pawn takes b5. And then what? I don't see it. So we're gonna bail. Just knight d5, wow. What? For laughs. That's not funny. Guys, we have time for one more game. Don't anybody else challenge me. Right. So bishop takes b8 is really materialistic. I don't advocate that. Abdicate. Could play f3 here. f3 as in gambit. Let's do it. Wait, I'm hallucinating? No. I decided to sack a pawn. It's more expedient than... I mean, bishop takes b8 is just kind of lame. I get my pawn back, but I sell out my whole position. Like Hollywood rapper. I think f3 is more interesting. If he takes, we have good like development comp. Is it enough? Well, probably not. So bishop b4, interesting. Guess we're just taking the pawn, getting our pawn back. We're getting our pawn back with a slight lead in development. That's all there is. That's all there is, ladies and gentlemen. He has a monster knight on d5. Last move it didn't work, by the way. I mean, that was critical, right? Like knight d5, I just chop and then take with the rook, Arsenal's suggestion. He's pinned on that. Otherwise, knight d5 would be a very annoying, like, interference move. He couldn't do it. Now he could do it, but I don't think it's that good anymore. Bishop c7. Yeah, I guess that was a candidate move at a couple of points. I don't know. This is a little passive. He's like, can I develop my pieces? King e7, nice move. Excellent. This shows... Well, he's getting out of the pin. I mean, it's a universal move anyway. Getting out of this pin. But just in general, in an ending... Mr. Material. Yeah, don't be greedy. I got my pawn. We're gonna win this material on our... So materialistic there. We want to win on our terms. Win the material on our terms, I'm saying. Not enough to just win the material. You want to win it under the right conditions. He's got some vague threats here I don't like. Reminds me of another game I played a while ago. Careful now. It's like my game with Asterbait from the Simul 2 weeks ago. Getting a little bit dodgy there. Now we're happy. Nice and simple. Damn, that's annoying. That board just popped up while I'm trying to calculate. Man, that's super annoying. Nah. He missed the fork. Yeah, interesting game. We got a 3-0 challenge. That doesn't fly. So last game, Schoen Tech Flas. My last game I gotta run. Why not 95? 32.95. I don't know. I don't know. Nefidov, welcome. Winning is winning. I guess I had a choice of good moves. I'm trying something kind of coffee house here. It's the last game. Last game of the day. Yep. Alarm. Alright. The alarm has sounded. Do not try this at home. I hate that. That alarm. It sucks. I wanted to change it for like a year now. Why is my flag Ukraine? It's a show of support, Mr. Nefedov. I'm not actually in Budapest, Ukraine. I support the independence of Ukraine. Yeah, Ukraine invaded. Look, don't joke about it. The expansion might continue. Well, this guy castled queenside. Man, I don't know about these white squares. What white squares, you ask? Tricky. Which way did he go? He can attack my rook. See, now we've got another player who's just too fast. It's insane. It's mental. They are too fast, these guys. He's 1691. No brain, no pain. It doesn't mean you don't have a brain. It means you're not using it because you're just playing on gut instinct. No calculation. I just allowed 94, but it's actually not that bad. I'm going to offer him a take back. Queen c6. That's a weird mouse slip. Wonder what he was trying to play. c6, probably. Maybe pawn c6. Yes. Now that's a better move. Now you're talking. Man, e4 is exclam. Yeah, a lot of people are making bad jokes, invoking the Holocaust at every turn. especially on the far right. The vaccine is, yeah, don't start with that. I don't want to start with that. My opponent offers draw. All right, whatever. Bye. I gave you a take back already. I'm not going to give you a draw from a lost position. I was nice enough to offer. I was nice enough to offer a take back when you dropped your queen. Yeah, but we can't bury our heads in the sand. I know that some streamers like ban any talk of politics. I'm not going to do that though. I don't want to like put my head in the sand and pretend things don't exist, you know. Let's just pretend nothing's happening. It's totally, that's the solution. Look the other way. America is trying to take over the world. It's Syria all over again. There's all this bullshit, you know. Whatever. I saw this article in The Economist, and like the amount of people that hate the United States, I understand it, but still, like you're missing the point here. I understand people hating the United States, but it's nothing to do with what's going on now. You know. All right. Anyway, politics aside, I will be streaming Sunday. We have a simul on Sunday for 25 players at 6:30 CET. Yes, it is not summertime. Simul Sunday, 25 players. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Mr. Coffee and Nefidov, for coming by. I will be happy to play all of you on Sunday with a long game. Don't bring your bullet. Okay, don't bring your bullets. Leave your bullets at home. I'll see everybody later. Thanks for watching. Let me see if I can do if we can do a raid of someone. Frugina. Much as I dislike chess.com. Speaking of solidarity, we'll show some solidarity for my teammate, Frugina. A show of solidarity.